massively increase the volume of these technologies, and you will force your voice into the mind and into the ringing ear of another person 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, with no relief. It's not mind control, because to understand, if there was mind control, one could control your mind. You are still in control of your mind and can make your own decisions. However, at some point with this advantage of volume, you cannot resist but having to be forcibly hearing other people's voices in your head at all time. And they can respond to any or all thoughts you have in real time, just like that. Just like that. If I think the color is red, they'll say, "Oh, the color is red, huh?" Right in your ear, and you can't hardly stop it. If you cover your left ear or put it in a pillow, you can hear the voice ringing directly inside your ear canal. Otherwise, it requires some type of other auditory thing close by, such as if there's a fan running, the fan in your bathroom, you would hear the voice coming through the fan in the bathroom. If you have a fan in your house, a ceiling fan is a good example. If you lay under the ceiling fan, you will hear the voice coming through the fan. Anything that makes a sound, this outlying frequency will travel through that sound, and you will be able to interpret it and hear it because you are being targeted individually. Running water is a good example. The motor on the back of a refrigerator, a boat motor on a boat, wheels turning on a car, and the most popular thing of all, an engine in your car or the radio. It will sound as if their voices are coming through the dashboard directly to you, and you can hear every word. And they will force themselves upon you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, trying to tire you out and or frustrate you. Hence the quote, beating your head in, until you're so frustrated by the constant assault that you can hardly sleep, you can hardly do anything without hearing the voice of these people. And they find it very amusing. Very amusing. Which is sinister. Do you think that's sick? I think that's sick. That's psychotic. They've laughed at me countless times saying, "This is priceless, guys. This is priceless." As if children on a schoolyard were getting him. It's very funny to these people. They enjoy it very much. And this is abuse of these technologies, is it not? Of course it is. Moving on. At this time, I will assert, remember this is a letter I had written to the FBI, I will assert having no interest in any of Mr. Thompson's interest in me. Instead, I have wholeheartedly rejected and fought this nonsense each day. Also exhibited profound patience and exaggerated perseverance in remaining private. I did. I spoke of no one to this for many years. And the time has come for me to not be concerned with that any longer. It is not my job or position to clean up the reckless acts of others who expose their business to their own ignorance. However, any perceived duty to refrain from bringing these facts forward has been exhausted. Of course it is. You get tired of it. Everyone would. I have zero obligation to cover, conceal, or remain silent while these operators expose their business recklessly. This is their doing. This is not my doing. I do not need to go out and clean up some secrecy that has been exposed to me erroneously against my will and recklessly. Nor am I the type of man to tolerate the intolerable. This is true. These individuals from the beginning have considered me, I don't know, maybe a child, maybe somebody who was dumb or could not do anything to fight back. They want a victim who's defenseless. They want to beat someone's head in who cannot do what I'm doing now and expose it to people to see what they're doing and to figure things out on their own and make it known. That's what they want. A defenseless victim they can beat up and harm. It's thuggery. As a longtime observer of critical listening, first introduced to that which I understand well in 2006. Now this is an interesting point. I won't get into this right away, but however, I have been spoken to by operators, possibly in intelligence positions as early as 2006. It was brief, it was different back then, it sounded different, it was potentially a different but similar technology. I'm not going to go into that at this moment. I began employing this skill during a trying time, as I will explain later. As I said, I will explain this later. It's not for today. Over time, I developed profound skill in delivery as well. Now, this is important. Delivery is the way in which you would answer back. While they can turn your thought processes into literature that is typed out for them, or they could see on screen, and they absolutely can. Anyone who thinks that these agencies such as the CIA, the FBI, the NSA, Homeland Security cannot take what's thought in your mind and have it transcribed into words using current AI technology is fooling themselves, because they absolutely can. Delivery is the process in which you can learn to converse back with someone in real time in this manner. I'm not going to go into great detail because I will be producing videos that teach us all of this, and I will be producing a very interesting set of videos that will teach you how to record these transmissions, which is possible, and I've learned how to do it. It's amazing. Stay tuned for that. It will be coming. It's my belief that this has been exploited and used by these operators' personal advantage in efforts to harm me. I do believe I'm being attacked. I am not a recruit. I would not qualify. I've lived a good life for many years. I've however, also lived a terrible life at times too. I am not the one. Nor would I agree, nor would I consent. As suggested at one time, May of 2023, quote, Brian needs to be taught a lesson, unquote. Now, the operator who claims to be my brother, my own brother, while beating my head in during a time, there was a sinus, I digress, there was a sinus allergy season that was very bad here in the state I live in, and congestion and swelling or dental problems greatly exacerbates this technology's effectiveness on you. Anytime you have fever or pressure in your head or your sinuses, your ear canal, and ear infection, dental work, or jaw problems, this can be quite more effective, and they did use that against me while beating my head, and he said he wanted to teach me a lesson. Brian needs to be taught a lesson. Is this concerning? Of course it is. Is it concerning to you that there are operators out there who have access to the sorts of technology that can access the public directly in their homes, at their employers, while they sleep, who would decidedly amongst themselves determine that they are going to teach somebody a lesson? And this is the problem I have. This is a failure in leadership, and this is atrocious, and why we're here today. Throughout the year 2021, my skill developed enough that I became proficient at capturing these dialogues using third-party applications. Recording devices set to appropriate frequency. Frequency is very important. We will get into that when I teach you how to record these transmissions. Also internal plus external microphones. It's very important to have an external microphone. Edward Snowden said this once in one of his interviews. Having an external microphone that is far more powerful than the one that exists inside your device will give you advantage in these situations. It's as simple as that. It's not technical. That's just the way it is. It's a better device. It's a bigger, more powerful device that will help you. And we will be learning all about that if you follow. Stay with me. I learned as well to capture my own voice without speaking. This is particularly interesting. When you are targeted by this machinery and technology, as you are thinking and they are acquiring your internal voicing and recording it, you can learn to hear this out loud as well, being transferred along the same frequencies. And if you've learned how to record them, you can learn how to record you. I first practiced this by setting my devices to the settings I will be showing you at a later time to record these transmissions. I would say the ABCs in my head or count to 20. And I was able to record myself without moving my lips in my, as close to AI can recreate your vocal cords. It sounds like you, kind of, in the air. I was able to record back my own internal thoughts without saying a word. And this technology does exist. Of course it does. Be naive to think it doesn't at this point.